What's up, Steelers Nation? You know this team is working every single day to get sharper, tougher, and more prepared. Because we all know preparation brings results. And here on this channel, we're always bringing you the inside scoop, so you're ready for every big moment this season. Before we dive into some major updates on Chris Boswell's contract situation and Will Howard's injury status, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this black and gold conversation rolling. Let's start with the man who might just be the Steelers' most reliable weapon over the last decade, kicker Chris Boswell. Boswell is coming off a career year in 2024. We're talking 41 made field goals, leading the entire NFL in a 93.2% hit rate that would make any special teams coach drool. From deep, he was lethal, 13 for 15 from beyond 50 yards. From mid-range, 30 to 49 yards, he missed just one kick all season. That's all-pro consistency right there. And in fact, the league noticed he earned first-team all-pro honors, so you'd think a guy putting up those numbers would be paid. Like one of the top kickers in the game, right? Well, not exactly. According to Adam Schefter, Boswell has quietly been asking for a new contract. His base salary in 2025 is just $3.1 million, which doesn't even put him in the top 10 at his position. That's right, the AFC North's best kicker last season was also the lowest paid in the division. This all goes back to his 2022 deal, a $20 million extension that, at the time, tied him with Justin Tucker as the highest paid kicker in the league. But since then, the market's shifted. Guys like Harrison Butker of the Chiefs are now making $6.4 million a year. And Boswell knows his value, and if you've been wondering why we haven't seen much of him at training camp, well, it might not be injury. Ray Fittipaldo of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette made a little jab, saying Boz has been spending more time on the golf course at Laurel Valley than on the St. Vincent practice fields this summer. That could be a quiet way of saying he's not happy until the team shows him the money. The Steelers do have time to work something out before the season kicks off. But let's be real, if they want Boswell happy and locked in, they'll probably have to push that number closer to Butker's deal. Now, shifting from one of the most seasoned veterans on the roster to one of the freshest faces, rookie quarterback Will Howard, the preseason opener against Jacksonville, was supposed to be Howard's debut. Steelers fans were excited to see what the big-armed rookie could do under the lights, but during practice, on a routine quarterback-center exchange, things went sideways. Literally, Howard broke his pinky finger. Mike Tomlin called him week to week and said it looks like he'll avoid surgery. That's the good news. The bad news? NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says his recovery timeline is at least 3 weeks, which could mean Howard misses the entire preseason. Tomlin hasn't completely ruled him out for preseason action, so there's still a sliver of hope. But realistically, if you're a rookie QB trying to learn an offense and you can't get live game reps before the season, that's a tough setback. Howard's currently sitting third on the depth chart behind Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, but ahead of Skylar Thompson. And while he's flashed some talent in practice, without live snaps, it's hard to tell how ready he really is. On one hand, you have Boswell, a proven, consistent weapon who could win you games in the cold, windy December grind, waiting for a paycheck that matches his performance. On the other, you've got a rookie QB the Steelers hope can develop into a future starter, suddenly dealing with an injury at the worst possible time for a young player. For Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan, this is where the balancing act begins, keeping your veterans happy while developing your future. This season is unlike any other. We've got Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP himself, suiting up for what he says will likely be his final year in the NFL. The man chose Pittsburgh as his last ride. That's huge. His leadership and poise under pressure, priceless. But let's be real, Rodgers can't work his magic if he's picking himself up off the turf every other snap. That means one thing: our offensive line has to be rock solid, and at the center of that mission is third-year offensive tackle Broderick Jones. Now, if you've been following Jones' career, you know it's been a roller coaster. His rookie year, promising, showed flashes of athleticism and the kind of raw talent that had the Steelers trading up in the 2023 draft to grab him in the first round. But 2024, let's be honest, it was a step back. consistency issues, technique breakdowns, some costly mistakes, the kind of stuff that gets fans nervous and analysts sharpening their bust labels. But here's the thing, Jones knows it. He's not running from it. In fact, he's embracing the challenge head-on this week at camp. Jones opened up about what he's been working on this offseason, and the two words he kept coming back to were footwork and hands, probably my footwork and my hands. Just being able to quicken M up, Jones told reporters on Wednesday. I'll probably say just being quicker with my hands and feet. Simple words, but if you know football, you know how important that is. An offensive tackle's job is like being a bodyguard in a bar fight where the other guy knows exactly how to hit you where it hurts. If your footwork is sloppy or your hands are slow, you're toast. Now, here's where this gets interesting. Jones hasn't just been grinding in the weight room. He's been studying, mental prep, film work, breaking down his own game, and learning the tendencies of the league's best pass rushers. That mental side of the game is where a good tackle becomes great. And 2025 is the year where Jones has to be great. Not pretty good, not solid. Great. Why? Two reasons. First, we've got Rodgers under center. He's 41 years old, and while he's still got that arm talent and pocket presence, the man's not exactly a track star. You've got to keep him clean. Second, the Steelers are going to have to make a decision after this season. Do they pick up Jones' fifth option? That's a big financial commitment. If Jones regresses, or even just stays average, the team might decide to cut their losses. This is what you call a make-or-break year. The good news for Jones, and for us as fans, is that he's finally back in his natural position. With Troy Fautanu healthy and locking down the right side, Jones gets to move back to left tackle, where he's most comfortable. Think about that. His first 2 seasons, he was playing out of position. Never complained, never made excuses, just did the job. Now, the Steelers are giving him the shot to prove what he can really do where he belongs. And let's be honest, protecting Rodgers' blind side is no small task. Every defensive coordinator we face is going to be dialing up blitzes, stunts, exotic looks, trying to get to Rodgers. Jones is going to be tested every single week. This isn't just about physical tools, though. It's about mindset. Jones is under the microscope. Fans are watching. Coaches are watching. The league is watching. And from what I've seen so far in camp, while there's still work to do, there's a noticeable difference in how he's moving, how he's engaging defenders, how he's carrying himself. The other side of this story is what it means for the Steelers' offense as a whole. We know Rodgers can still sling it. We know we've got weapons. George Pickens ready to explode into superstar territory. Najee Harris looking hungry, Pat Freiermuth steady as ever at tight end. But none of that matters if the line can't hold, and that's why this Broderick Jones storyline might be one of the most important things to watch this season. If he truly has improved his footwork, his hand speed, and his mental preparation, we could see a major leap in protection. That means more time for Rodgers, fewer sacks, and more big plays down the field. If not, well, then the offense could sputter. Rodgers could be running for his life. And we're back to the same old what-if conversations. There's also a bigger picture here. Both of our tackles, Jones and Fautanu, are first-round picks. The Steelers have invested heavily in these guys to be the bookends of the offensive line for years to come. The 2025 season will be a proving ground for both of them. If they deliver, we've got the foundation for an elite unit. If they don't, we're back to square one. For Jones, it's not just about silencing critics, it's about proving to himself and to this team that he can be the cornerstone we all hoped for when his name was called on draft night. So, Steelers Nation, here's where you come in. I want to hear from you. Should the front office pay Boswell now and lock him up at top kicker money? Or should they wait and see how the season unfolds before opening the checkbook? And what about Will Howard? Are you worried this finger injury will stunt his development? Or do you think he can still learn plenty from watching Rodgers and Rudolph work in the preseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'll be reading every single one. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update as we march toward Week 1 this season is shaping up to be one heck of a ride, and we're going to cover every twist and turn together. Here we go. Steelers.